All right, getting straight into the daily charts. Yesterday I said that I would like to see a run, and I even would expect the run to go up back into the triangle. This blue line is the bottom side of a symmetrical triangle. I'm going to zoom out for a moment and let you see that. All right, there it is. As you can see, there's an upside target and a downside target. On the downside, the target's 2908. On the upside, the target's 5404. Now, I was hoping to get back into the triangle because personally I'd like to see the upper target achieved, not the lower target. So the question is this, because the price did not reach to within the triangle, is more bearish action going to happen, and should I prepare for that? And technical analysis will help us answer these questions. Online on Reddit, I'm taking a lot of heat because I'm defending the applicability of technical analysis to AMC, and people are projecting this expectation of a crystal ball. And technical analysis is not intended to be a prediction about knowing what's going to happen. That's not what it is. It's about being able to set expectations, forecasts, and inevitably understanding the context through which the price moves, and using that information then to make successful trades and make money, which I am. So that's all there is to that. Now, moving on. Today's close was higher than yesterday, but it was not above the previous days. What I do see here is a downtrend, and there is a downward channel here, and that downward channel has completed, and that downward channel ends in a doji. All right, so while today was not as bullish as I had hoped, it still is bullish. All this does is revise the forecast. I don't need to change this chart. This chart is still looking really, really good. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do a 4-hour chart for the first time, go to the 15, and then the minute. Let's go. All right, really quick. I haven't spent a lot of time on my 4-hour chart, but what I am doing is trying to understand how the gaps are acting as support and resistance. So in doing so, I found myself going all the way back to June and late May with these gap studies. And as you can see, a gap forms on the way up, right? A continuation gap for the run that we saw in late May, early June. And that price level is incredibly important. The price does not hang out in this level. In any given move, the price does not stay 4 or 5 days without reaching outside of it. It is a very significant level. And it's also part of the Fibonacci retracement and the new floor bottom. So it's all of this technical analysis correlates, and that's really important. So I did see a downward channel in the 4-hour charts, and what's most notable here is since the last touch of the upside of that channel, there has not been a full decline. It's been a partial decline, which is a technical term. It refers to the price action no longer achieving the full height of the channel, because that's what defines a channel. All right, and you can see that the high was here, and the price goes down until it reaches the bottom. And this is what defines as a channel. 2 such moves, and you have a channel. So to see the price come down and stop, it is just getting, it's like a truck hitting one of those gravel embankments. It just barrels into it. It can't get below it, though. Look at this. The price comes down with momentum, and then it just stops. And today was a doji. So this accumulation zone is what I believe is currently holding this price up, and the downward channel having just ended, I am still bullish. All right, this chart is one of my favorites. It's the 15-minute chart. It's the most active charting I have. And the left starts with a gap, which forms a layer of resistance, and then a pennant. And I say pennant, not flag. It's a pennant. You call it a flag, but whatever. So the breakout does occur into a half staff tilted flag, breaks down once it hits the pennant target. And we saw a head and shoulders form instead of a more bullish scenario. The gap down and then the recent lows. And in yesterday's video, I was discussing a potential head and shoulders, and it's very possible that we just saw the armpit of that head and shoulders pattern form. In that scenario, the neckline is tilted like this. That would be our neckline. Okay. So for this to be a head and shoulders, though, we're still going to need to see the price kind of curve near this other price zone. So I would expect a run up and another run down like this. And I'm going to delete this line for the time being because that would change our neckline, right? Our neckline would then look like this. But this is the head and shoulders I see forming. Whether or not it happens like that is kind of irrelevant, but this is the expectation. This is a very good way to look at the charts and understand what's going on in context. So again, this is not a prediction, it's not a crystal ball thing, but it's being able to see the current price in context. All right, this is my 1 minute chart. This one's also very exciting. I'm just getting this one going as well. I don't like to chart in the 1 minute time frame, but it's not bad. Just because you can't make certain trades off of 1 minute candles doesn't mean that you can't learn something, right? And like I said, it's all about context. Understand what's going on in the bigger picture, and to do that, you have to look at it in every time frame. So this was today, right here between these two dashed lines. We did see this big run up. Big run up. Incredible, right? Like straight up. And the volume was amazing. That's a big deal. Big deal. Big deal. Big volume. Big deal. We got big volume at the end of a channel. Big deal. And look, the price broke out right through that upward level, straight up, before retracing. And it actually came down to confirm that the channel was now too low. All right? This bounce is a big deal, and don't underwrite that. That is huge. Had the price from this point gone down back into the channel, all right? All of a sudden, it's a new game. That downward channel, that multi-day trend is then going to become a multi-week trend, and that is far more bearish. What we see now is a reversal. We see that this temporary downward direction is reversing. So really excited on the 1 day chart as well. Really quickly, I wanted to show what the 1 minute chart looked like with my daily chart drawings on it. And as you can see, so this is the blue line of the symmetrical triangle, and you can see how close that price, that run, came to reaching that. Okay? This is incredible. If you knew where this price level was in the day, and you saw that target hit and then reject, okay, you would know that the run upward was done. And again, you can't do that without TA. And really quickly, I just want to clarify, the signal that the run was dead was right here. All right, closing thoughts on the weekly chart. I was hoping to see a doji this week, but that's not what I see. This isn't great. It's not too bad. It kind of feels bearish. It could also turn around. It's not really much to speak of. I don't like that there's a gap between the close and open of these of the last 2 weeks, and then to see this week lower. All that shows is that this week was red, and we do know though that we do have some bullish reversal signals. So next week is kind of in the air, you know. Let's just look back in time really quick and see if we have any comparable kind of candles to look at. And it doesn't really look like it. So kind of a unique situation going on here. But this is not to say that the price can't move back into the triangle. I'm still waiting for that. Either we move into the triangle or we test this floor again. All right? I mean, of course, the price can always move sideways, but I'm never going to comment on that because that's just the boring stuff. And really, I just want a closing thought, and that is that anyone who is encouraging someone else to not learn, to not explore, is probably not acting in the other person's benefit. And online, I see a lot of discouragement in learning and using technical analysis and trading. And I don't believe that helps anyone except